Hey everyone, happy Sunday. This past 3 days, I was doing a meditation event. It's all virtual online meditation event with Kyle Cease. And one of the biggest, most amazing, powerful realizations I've had in these past 3 days are just number one. Most of us are trying to do life as that 5-year-old, 6-year-old version of ourselves who never outgrew our trauma growing up. Everything that we do, even at this age as adults, like it doesn't matter if you're 25, 35, 40, 60, most of us are trying to do life as that version of ourselves, that little kid who felt pain, who felt rejection, who felt abandoned, who felt unloved. And every decision that we make from that point on up until now, unless you've done the work to heal it and to release it, every decision is made from that place. So I want to share a couple of stories with you guys from my personal experience that really support me with explaining my point in regards to that. So number one, these past 3 days, I completely committed myself to not do anything related to work, related to business. I just committed to using these past 3 days complete self-care, completely disconnecting and just diving within. And the crazy thing is, I got so much more done by not doing anything. Really hear that? You hear that paradox? I got so much more done by not doing anything. What do I mean by that? So by me taking time completely off, not doing work, not doing anything business related, not answering my messages on my phone, I actually was able to create my 6 weeks coaching program, my entire outline for that program. It's up here. I can show you guys really quickly. Right here. And this is something that literally would take me days or even weeks to figure it out and to put it together. But I was able to put it together in the past 3 days by not doing anything business related. Like the ideas were just got channeled into my mind as I took time to do self-care, to just disconnect and connect within. So that's number one. And then the second thing is, so story time. The reason why I realized like why I've been such a massive overachiever, highly ambitious my whole entire life was really coming back all the way as a little kid when I felt pain, when I felt rejection, when I didn't feel love from my parents or from people that I looked up to, like my teachers, my principals in school. So I remember distinctively one time, this was back when me and my whole family was still in Hong Kong. And one day, all of a sudden, we have our teacher and our principal, school principal, came into our house with a gift, a really nice gift. And I had no idea what that was for, but it turned out to be, they came to our house to give that gift to my sister, my twin sister. And at that age, I think I was, I don't know, I was probably 6 or 7. That was in elementary school. And then at that time, as having a twin sister where people always saw me and my twin as like equal, right? We had the same, we play on the same playing field, right? So, but when our teacher and our principal came to give my twin sister, only my twin sister, a nice gift, a nice treat, and I wasn't included, at that age, at that moment, I felt so much pain. I felt like so in love. Something was wrong with me. Why didn't I get the gift like my twin sister did? Why did she get all these love? Why did she get all these amazing treatment? What was wrong with me that I didn't get that? Right? When we always got the same things together, we got the same clothes, we got the same birthday parties. Why in that moment I was left out? So that trauma, that was the first incident that I really can remember. And then the next one that I can really, it's like literally lodged into my body and my memory. It's that during 6th grade, that was during a social studies class. And again, I was in the same class with my sister, right? We were always together with my twin. And I remember distinctively, it was the day when my teacher was passing back out the exam. It was like a history exam or something like that. And she had us all lined up in one line, and my teacher had her teacher assistant right by her side, and then every test that she gave out. Like I remember my sister was before me. So my sister got her test back and she got an A. Amazing. And then it was my turn, and guess what? Somehow I totally sucked at that exam and I got a D or an F or something like that. And that alone was already, it was terrible, right? It didn't feel good. And then I heard my teacher said to her teacher assistant, she said, "You see the difference?" And I heard it. I heard that comment. She whispered to my teacher assistant that, "Do you see the difference?" And in that moment, that sixth grader version of Miko, in that moment when she saw that test, first of all, it was a bad grade, right? In that moment, she heard that comment. Like, I just felt devastated. I felt unloved. I felt pain. I felt rejection. And in that moment, those two incidences that happened in my lifetime as a little kid, I made up a story about how life is supposed to be. I made up a story that I need to achieve. I need to achieve like A's. I need to do good outside. I need to be successful. I need to accomplish all of these things because that would equal receiving love. That would equal that I would be loved, that I would be accepted, that I would be approved. So my whole life, I spent my whole life being uber driven, uber ambitious, always going after something outside of me to seek love, to seek validation, to seek approval. But that is a never ending toxic cycle that will never get filled up. That void, it's something that can only come from within, right? So I spent my whole life chasing, even like to the point where it gets so toxic and so unhealthy. Like the level of ambition that I have, you know, it was literally my self-love for myself was conditional upon the tasks that I get done. It was conditional on whether or not I achieve something. So like I wouldn't give myself love unless I achieve something. You guys see how toxic it is? It's like literally I'm abusing myself. I was abusing myself by keeping love hostage for myself unless I achieve certain things. And when our cup is not full from within, we have nothing to give. So I was always giving, always striving from an empty cup because it all stems back all the way from childhood. Those incidences that I never fully went back and healed and processed and experienced up until now. Like now it's a totally different game. I don't have that emotional charge anymore when I go back to those experiences and feel what it was like because I've done the work, I've done the inner work, and now I'm totally like disconnected. I wouldn't say I'm not like 100% there, right? I still have this like uber driven tendency, this overachiever tendency that always comes out when I want to just chill, when I want to like take some time for myself. I literally feel guilty, right? Because deep down unconsciously, there's this association inside of me that unless I achieve something, I won't get loved, or I won't be loved, or I won't be lovable, I won't be worthy. Like that is just such a toxic relationship, right? So now what my priorities are just filling up the cup from within. Like I pour myself unconditional love and knowing that my self-worth and my values are not contingent upon the things that I achieve outside of me. And that really requires deep inner work to heal your childhood traumas in order for you to operate from a place of instead of operating from a place of needing to get love, needing to fill up a void, I am operating from a place of wholeness, from a place of like, pure love, unconditional love, because I have that within. Instead of needing my A's, needing my diplomas, needing a good job in order to have love to give. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. That really came to my mind today over this past weekend. It's just so insane. Like this cycle, this way of being doesn't get to be something that I pass down to my kids. Like when I have kids, that's not something that they will have to experience. And I know this, guys, 100% that when I came into this earth as a little baby Miko, I didn't somehow created this idea that achievement equals love. It was because of experiences that were created for me from adults, from my parents, from my teachers, that created this whole pattern in me. So all I'm saying is that whatever you don't heal, whatever you don't process and release yourself away from, you're gonna pass that down to your children. believe it or not. You're gonna pass that down to your children, and it's absolutely unfair to have them to have that kind of burden, to have that kind of pressure, because whatever it is for you, right? It could be totally different from the one I just shared with you guys. It could be, if I fail, I'm gonna feel unloved. If I don't make enough money, it's gonna mean I'm unworthy. Whatever that story you have telling yourself right now, unless you do the work to heal that and let it go, literally let it go out of your body, you're gonna pass that down to your children, and then they're gonna pass it down to their children, and it's just gonna be this cycle that never ends until you end it, until you take a stand and be like, nope, that's not the way to live, and that's not the way that I'm gonna show up for my children. Because children do not learn from what you tell them. They learn from the way you show up, from the action that you take, right? If you are consistently showing up as someone who would put work or business or achievements above taking care of yourself, they're gonna learn that. They are gonna learn that and be like, I'm not gonna be valuable, I'm not gonna worth anything unless I become a CEO, unless I become the top of the corporate ladder, unless I get the A's, unless I get multiple degrees on my wall, like the diplomas, right? So it's all about the way you show up and the action that you take and the decisions that you make. So make the right decisions today and do it for your children. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. I will be tuning back in tomorrow. I want to share another story that's totally different. It's about money, and that's also, I have so many personal childhood trauma that I can relate to how money became a scarcity thing into my life. So I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. Who knows? Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let me know what showed up for you in the comments below. I haven't been on social media all weekend unless to pop in and do a live. So I will be doing that maybe tomorrow. I'll reply to all of the comments tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm sending so much love from me to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.